What's good, y'all? This is C. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Just Hip Hop. Make sure if you haven't already subscribed to us on that podcast app or follow us on SoundCloud, go do that right now. This week, we got a special guest, local Brooklyn rapper AE. Check him out.
Pass it down, then raise them up. Head toe to the light, man. Head toe to the light, man. Head toe to the light, man. Head toe to the light, man.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's another episode of Just Hip Hop. It's your boy C.
Buddah.
It's your boy Dcmbr.
And we got a special guest.
How y'all doing? It's AE, straight out of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, what we talking about today?
I'm gonna say the juicy shit for last, but we're gonna get into Kevin Hart.
I didn't hear about this.
Well, I think we all know about the scandal he had with the cheating shit he had with his wife.
Hart. Yeah.
So that did happen, and then over time, I guess people kind of got over it. People got over it, and then his friend was trying to extort him this whole time with the video because he had footage of the cheating, and he was like, "Yo, give me 10 mil, or I'm gonna leak this. I'm gonna leak this video and really get you caught up." And then now his friend got charged though with extortion. Yeah. So now he has like 2 counts of felony. He has like 2 felonies now and shit. Yeah. And so he's like his close friend though. It's not no random. It's his close friend that was beside him.
Hey man,
not the homie that be like in the movies and
stuff. No. It was somebody that's off screen. Like you don't see.
Not one of the plastic
not the niggas around him. But he said it was a close friend and he wanted 10 mil from that nigga. Yeah. Or he's gonna give up that too.
And it's so fucked up. I mean, granted, he shouldn't have cheated in the first
place. You think Kevin Hart walking around with 10 million just in his pocket? like
damn, nigga, like this is my last 10 million until I get to the house. Damn,
man.
Like, but
10 mil.
Like it's unfortunate. Like he know he shouldn't have cheated, but at the end of the day, like I don't think the whole scandal would have happened without it because that's the reason why. That's the reason why he addressed it in the first place. Because the guy was extorting him, and he was like, "Look, you ain't gonna put no shit out about me." And no, it was.
Oh, it was the same nigga.
It was a friend. Yeah, it was a friend.
Oh, so this the nigga.
That's why the whole thing
from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, right. And if you remember, like parts of it leaked, had already leaked. Like you couldn't really see too much, which it's Kevin Hart. But the friend was extorting him from the beginning, which is why it came out. That's why Kevin Hart came out and he did the videos. I don't know if he was like on live or something, but he did the videos and he was just like, he was like,
this nigga do it.
He was like, let me own up to it and all this other stuff. He was like, but he said it in the video. He said, I'm not gonna allow somebody to profit. Go ahead. He was like, I'm not gonna allow nobody to profit, off of, my mistakes and my misfortunes and shit like that. So I'd rather come out and own up to it. So,
well, I mean, if homie was that close of a friend, I don't even understand why he felt the need to put him in that position. Like, if we that close, you should be able to just ask me.
That's what I'm like.
Take it back. My fault, man. I'm just
trying to
get hydrated in this bitch.
We don't have them waters at the house, so we have Poland Spring at the house.
This shit come from? No, this should say shot right. It's probably yours.
Nah, we ran out. Unless you
man, he always got waters, huh?
But we don't even talk about
like
water.
That. It be your closest friends and shit.
I mean, but his friend had 2 real options. That's
a lot of
understandable.
And a lot of homies, some friends and some phone.
That's a fact.
That's facts. But yeah, he like his friend really should have had only 2 things cross his mind. Either one, hide the shit.
Delete this shit. I was just about to say, delete that shit. Delete all that shit.
Or
I ain't playing with
he
you,
should have
been.
Or he could have been the other type of friend that said, "Hey man, you just own up to the shit. Like, if you really love her, you need to own up to the shit. Find a way to get through it, blah, blah, blah." But extorting him?
For 10, he asked for 10 million, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
10 million is a lot of money to ask for.
If y'all close, like, I can't see that shit. I could never see me trying to extort C for $10 million.
Don't try to extort me. I'm gonna tell you like this. Don't try to extort me.
But hey man,
I ain't gonna incriminate myself. I'm just saying.
Be out there.
Don't try to extort me, dog.
Be out there like, hey, give me 10 million. I'm gonna tell the world about your fear of unicorns.
Come on, yo. I'm scared of them.
That's a fact.
They look weird. I don't know what the fuck going on.
So yeah, that and that's the thing. if you really his friend, like if you need the money, I'm not saying you say, hey, let me hold $10 million.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Who got $2 million in their pocket?
But it's still like Kevin Hart would have that type of money based off what he's doing. So my whole thing is not in his pocket per se. But my whole thing is if the person that has that type of money or that type of pull, why extort them when they're your closest friend?
That's a fact.
Like, you shouldn't have to. Like, if
exactly.
you know they got
he got mad production. He got the Heartbeat Productions. Like, he could have just worked for the nigga.
Like this. If I know
bro, could have just asked him to say, hey, give me a job. Like, yo, but I want the highest benefits because we close. Something like that.
I'm going to tell you like this. If I'm hanging with a nigga and I feel like he walking around with $10 million, that's going to be my best friend in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
In the world, man. This nigga
then on top of that, it's like even if you didn't want to go work for him something, you wanted to do your own thing. Like you could be like, hey man, got this idea, to do like this fucking cupcake on wheels business or whatever the fuck he want to do.
Son, that's what you supposed to do. You supposed to go to the table
that's
like,
your
yo.
Man, you supposed to be like, oh, you trying to invest?
You trying to invest in what I got going on? I'm trying to make some money out here.
He said, nah.
Like, nah, fucking investment.
Yeah.
He's always trying to finesse shit.
That's what I'm saying, yo. Niggas.
And what was he gonna do with the 10 mil?
That's my other thing. How do you did he think past that? Like,
Yeah.
What if he actually gave him the money? Did you think we was gonna be friends after this shit?
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm gonna give you the $10 million,
and then what?
And then I see you at Thanksgiving, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, yo,
what up, bro?
Yo, I appreciate that. Thing you did for me, son. Like,
it wasn't personal. It was just business.
Just business.
It's just business, man. I appreciate that thing you did for me, son.
But now he looks sad because he about to go to jail.
Oh.
And it was like, was it worth it?
Word.
Was it really all worth it?
I guess so.
Man, that nigga.
Damn, he ain't put no money on your books.
That's another thing.
Find another friend.
Like that nigga Rich Homie said. He said, try
to
rob me. Was it worth it?
You got to think like it's just like if Dev extorted C for $10 million, I'm not Dev's friend no more because I'm looking like damn. If I had $10 million in a fuck up, he'd do the same shit to me.
Say it like this: do not extort me, son. Y'all keep saying if somebody extort me, do not extort me, son.
Why I gotta be the one? What's going on?
Do not extort me. I am broke.
It's a fact.
I am broke as a motherfucker.
We all are.
Shit, I'm finna. I was trying to see if you had to watch it.
Yeah.
I was about to say, nigga, Buddah the one y'all need to be extorting, son. He be having on the protect.
I don't know what they
Patek
talking
Philippe on and shit, nigga.
He said, you too.
Yeah, you be overseas.
Nah, you be having the Cuban.
That's what. Yeah, you be overseas.
Are we bragging now? That's what's happening.
Nah, he be shining. I
don't know what you talking about.
He be shining. I don't.
Nah, that be you with that fucking.
I shine like a dime. He shine like a diamond.
Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that fur coat he had on in Flex Up?
Hey, bro, that ain't real fur, man.
They killed. Oh, now
outside killed all type of squirrels for that shit, man. Shit felt like a motherfucker, nigga.
Yeah, okay.
He said, okay.
What's next, man? What's next?
Don't
extort me, nigga. Like, don't extort me, dog. Don't do that shit.
Hey, man.
If this is
before y'all switch the subject though, did y'all see the J. Cole video?
Which one?
Kevin's Hart?
Yeah, Kevin's Hart. That shit was fire.
It's crazy that he got him in that video. It's perfect.
It's perfect. I mean, the song about him.
Yeah, it's about him, but it's like you wouldn't think.
As soon as I saw the title, I was like, yeah, that's about Kevin Hart.
Bro, how you said what?
I don't know how much pull J. Cole got.
What you talking about, nigga? He number 2 selling. He the number 2. He either 2 or 3 top selling hip hop artists every year.
If you think about it,
you mean you don't know how much pull he got, nigga?
To get Kevin Hart. Yeah, I know. But he Kevin Hart big.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta think about the fact that it's gonna be the perfect transition. He got so much pull because he light skinned, nigga.
He said because he.
According to Wale.
Yeah, this nigga Wale is tripping.
Facts. If you don't know, Wale came out and he was like, yo, the reason he not up there with Cole or Drake is because he's dark skinned.
Watch this. Me and Buddah gonna run down 20 rappers quick.
Easy.
Dark skin. Rakim.
Rick Ross.
Big L.
Meek Mill.
Biggie.
Tupac.
Lauryn Hill.
Damn. Big L.
I already said Big L.
Oh, you did?
We're going to say artist, period.
Oh, Outkast.
Both
members.
Both of them. Kendrick.
Bun B.
SZA. Ari Lennox.
Isaiah
Rashad.
Schoolboy ain't light skinned.
He ain't light skinned, bro.
And all Amigos.
All 3 of them.
2 Chainz.
Future. Gucci. That's 21.
That's a fact.
All the niggas dark skinned.
You forgot 21.
Oh, yeah, well he not dark skinned.
He ain't light skinned either, nigga.
He like brown. Nah, I ain't saying that, man. That's
Hey,
we didn't say Crit,
suspect.
Joey Badass.
Crit, yeah, Joey Badass. Yo, we can go on and on. Rock him. It might be more dark skinned good rap. Like
it is more dark skinned good
than light skinned. To be honest,
that's a fact.
So why did he say this?
Man, look, what we say on this podcast before? This nigga Wale is his worst enemy. Niggas just don't like Wale, dog. Like,
it's facts.
I love Wale music, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, Wale a dick, man. Like,
I think he also said, you know, he wasn't as popping as Logic either, and it's like, okay, maybe you're not, but nigga, I don't fuck with Logic. So,
bro, Wale.
A lot of people think he corny, like just like a lot of people think you corny. It's just more people listening to his music right now, bro. Like,
what did he?
I don't know.
Though?
What he got to do? He got number one. Check this out. You can see Migos on Fallon, J. Cole on Colbert. You think Wale can go do any of that shit?
No.
You know why?
Why?
Because he's fucked up all his relationships. Because he's been an asshole every chance he got. Because he ran up in Complex trying to fight niggas that write for a living. That write, like, blog for a living. He ran up in there trying to fight niggas.
All because he disagreed with...
Nigga different.
Yeah. All because he disagreed. You know, they disagree with where his album should be placed.
And it's just like, dog, like...
Bro cares.
Who the fuck cares? Like, you know how many people call J. Cole, like... boring and Napkin Cole and just all this funny shit, and it's like, but the nigga go gold in the first couple weeks. He put his album out every year
with no promotion, no singles, no radio,
nothing.
nothing.
Like this is the third year, no features. He gonna go platinum.
That's a fact.
The third album in a row. Like,
he really acknowledged the fact that there was no features on the album.
Facts.
So.
It's like, yo, you don't like, you just got to keep your relationships right, and you got to pay attention to your fans. That's the one thing why they don't do enough of. Why they talk more about niggas not liking them, niggas not whatever, niggas hating on them on social media. He talk more about that shit than he do about his fucking fans.
That's a fact.
And it's like, nigga, your fans, meanwhile, is sitting like, yo, but what about us? Like, what about us people that love Wale?
Feeling discredited, so he's just going about to lose all of that.
That's what
if
I'm
you don't
saying.
Pay attention.
That's a fact. Like,
it's like, if you're trying to lose fans, you're doing a great job, my guy.
That's a fact.
Like,
last album sold 28 first week. That's it. That's crazy because the album before that sold 100 and something first week, and the album before that sold 300 and something first week.
But it's like,
I see a de-escalation.
Facts. I mean, that's what happened when you don't pay attention to your motherfucking fans. Like,
he's talented as fuck. Like,
yeah,
he's just as talented as those light skinned people that he named. Difference is, it's people like them.
That's a fact.
They, they got connections
and they
in
pay
media.
attention to their fans.
Like, and
they pay attention to their fans. Like, here's the thing. Tell me why Wale ain't never did why I ain't never seen him do no really long theater tour until Shine.
I don't know.
Do that make any sense to you? Why he don't never do no festival? Well, I know why he don't do no festivals because he ain't got no relationships. But he should do a festival tour every year, regardless of whether or not he had an album out.
Yeah, he don't be on no festivals. No Coachella.
We can go to Rolling Loud right now. I promise you.
Rolling Loud.
It's a festival that's going on right now. And J. Cole at the top of it. On
Rolling Loud.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
With the Wolf stage and whatever stage. Yeah, he on one side, and then Migos is like headlining on the other side, if I'm not mistaken.
Check this out.
He don't be at none of them shit.
I saw
Wale ain't on nowhere on
I
this
wasn't
list.
even talking about that.
It's a different
one I saw.
Wale ain't on this list, bro.
I don't know where I saw it.
It's mad niggas on here too. Lil Uzi Vert, NERD, Young Thug, Russ. I mean, Dipset is on this list, nigga, and Wale not.
Not Joel.
Big Crit, Jaden Smith, Boss, Casanova. Like, nigga, like, Rico Nasty's on here. King Combs is on here and Wale on here, my nigga.
King Combs.
Lil Xan. Trick Daddy and Trina is on here and Wale ain't on here, son. Lil, like, dog.
what's going on here?
Some nigga named Hood Rich Pablo Juan. Swag Hollywood. Big Baby Scumbag.
I don't know who that
This
is.
nigga name is Whoop, dog. W-O-O-P, nigga.
Whoop.
Suicide Boys. Dog, Schoolie, Block Boy JB, 03 Greedo, Cody Shane.
I fuck with her.
All these niggas on here ain't no Wale.
Riot.
Post Malone, whack ass.
I fuck with Post Malone.
Man, here you go.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut your
Beer
ass
bongs
up.
and Bentleys. Yo.
Oh, Gates on here? What? I want to go to that shit. I'm trying to see Gates.
I'm trying to see.
She love Gates, bro. Like, she love Gates.
Oh, you ain't trying to get kicked. I feel you.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact.
Gotta watch out for them.
Nigga, Fetty Wap is on this bitch, dog. Come on, son. Omen is on this list, my nigga.
That's crazy.
So Wally's just wilding.
So we got them
So
people
he gonna
gotta
perform
suffer
the
and
same-
hear that goddamn verse.
Same verse he always rap every time he perform. That verse from Friday Night Lights.
Bro, I feel for them, bro.
Maxo Cream, Smokey Margiela. It's a bunch of people on this list, bro. Ball Greasy, Corner Boy P. Damn, this shit looks like lit though.
So hold on. How much the tickets though?
I'm sitting here looking at
Nah, I looked at the ticket. Tickets like 300.
Damn,
Man.
it's quiet.
I'm sitting here looking at a Labor Day festival in Seattle. He ain't on this shit either, nigga.
And it's like, bro, like we know Wale can like
Right.
can rap, and we know he can put people in. He can put asses in them seats, but his team. And I know some niggas on Wale's team, bro, and they've been saying part of it too is Wale might be battling with some substance abuse.
Damn, like,
And that's what I'm hearing
I've low key been hearing that
from people on his team. And
The last time he did Summer Jam, I was watching a recap, and they was showing how they set everything up from start to finish, the backstage progress.
yeah,
And they actually showed that while he was supposed to perform, first of all, he showed up late and missed his slot. Then when he got there late, he walked away so he can go smoke and shit. When he's telling him, like, yo, come on, like, you missed your first slot, you got to perform it. Like, it's seen. It's not even like it's behind. Like, you can see this shit.
That's a fact.
It's happening. And it's like, damn, son. Like,
Sad.
that's what they saying. They saying like, I know a nigga that know somebody on his management team, and that's what he's saying. They saying that that's part of it is that he on that shit.
Like, he crack? Oh, he doing heroin?
I ain't trying to. I'm just saying that they
trying to
saying
expose him.
they saying
Extort that nigga, man.
Nah. Here we go again with this extort. That's the name of the podcast. Extort that nigga.
Get your
We
10
already
mil,
know.
boy.
I mean, it's a little too late. We already put the information out there. And you can't put the information out, then ask for the money.
Bruh, but yeah, like that's what I'm hearing, son. So I mean, you can't do nothing but pray for the nigga and hope the nigga get his mind right, cause like being an artist, you know, artists are real sensitive people, son. So,
Facts. If he could somehow, well, obviously, somehow his management, I think they gotta find a way to get him some major interview. And I think he need to do what Meek did. Like,
you need to get
Meek
locked up. I hear you.
No.
Damn.
I meant as far as, you know how after the whole Drake thing, he got on Hot 97 and he just talked.
Yeah.
And he just talked about everything that was going on, how he had an addiction.
That's all he ever do though is talk, son.
Hey, but I mean, it'll help his fans, you know, see him, you know, in a better light. Like,
he just did Rap Radar.
Or
he just did Rap Radar, and it was a really good interview. I mean, I love Wale, so I watched it, and it was a really good interview. And he talked about a lot of stuff, and he seemed like he was in a really good place. And like every time I think he's in a really good place, he does dumb shit like come out and say like niggas ain't fucking my music because I'm dark skinned.
Light
Like,
skin
that's
niggas is winning.
Dumbest.
That's
That's just off top. I was about to say off top, light skinned niggas ain't never winning. Let's just put that out there. It's always dark skinned niggas always gonna win. We always taking W's. It's just what it is. Man.
Chinky eye niggas forever.
I mean, you can jack that too, I guess. Whatever. I don't even hang out with light skinned niggas. Just gonna keep it real.
We don't hang out with no light skinned niggas.
I know we don't.
I hang out.
Every friend we
nigga,
got
the only
is
light skinned
every
friend
friend
you
we got is
Daniel,
dark skinned.
nigga.
Yeah, Daniel, that's the only light skinned nigga that I hang out with. All of my friends is dark skinned.
Is that on purpose?
Like,
bruh.
It just happened. Like,
sound like a choice.
But yeah, like I don't got no light skinned friends.
Oh, yeah.
You don't got, but you got two.
Nah, I got a couple, man. I like everyone.
You was about to say, I like light skinned niggas.
Yeah. I ain't say that.
I like light skinned niggas.
I ain't even get a chance to extort that nigga.
Shit. I thought she was about to say shit. Martell.
He said, nah.
No, he like light skinned niggas.
Hey, yo.
Don't disrespect Martell like that.
Hey, yo. He's violating you, boy.
This nigga said want no room in the back. But what we talking about next?
Don't disrespect Martell like that, bro.
Go ahead.
Martell got a plethora of Asian bitches. He don't like light skinned niggas. For the listeners out there, I got you. Tim.
Only Asian bitches.
We can talk about
all they need is sweet and sour sauce. What's up?
R.Kelly. I don't know if y'all know about R.Kelly's situation, but I think his team just like abandoned him over like I guess the controversy around him with like the women that he's like keeping held.
Off top.
At his like little
his team
mansion.
is just abandoning him.
R. Kelly is a sexual deviant. Off top. And I'm so glad they got this nigga out the paint. Because
should have been done a long time ago.
It should have been done a long time ago. This nigga on camera pissing on a little girl. This nigga is had married a 15-year-old girl and had to get the marriage annulled.
R.P. Aaliyah.
More than once from what I'm hearing. It wasn't just Aaliyah. Aaliyah was 15 at the time.
Well, yeah, Aaliyah, but
I'm hearing
recently with somebody and she was like 18, 19 or something.
Yeah, but the new shit is that he got sex slaves and he got a sex cult. He got a sex cult. And it's women who he's been training since they were little girls. And the way, check me out, the way he been doing it is like he been telling like they family and stuff that like, oh, they're talented singers, whoop de whoop. He gonna make them famous, whoop de whoop de whoop. And like he got them at a house in Georgia, just you know what I'm saying, teaching them how to like. And then he got some that teach other ones how to satisfy them, like how he like the, you know what I'm saying, shit crazy, like how he like oral sex with positions. That shit is crazy. Like this nigga really got a sex cult, my nigga.
But they just put Bill Cosby in jail.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like y'all got to keep the same energy. Like the
we
same way
know
y'all
he doing that shit.
The same way y'all took the Bill Cosby show on TV. I ain't trying to hear.
But check this out. They just started canceling.
I can fly, no graduation.
They just started canceling his shows. Finally, because I'm like, son, like this nigga been pissing on little girls and marrying little girls for decades, dog. Like the nigga named the Pied Piper. You know who the Pied Piper was?
Yes.
That nigga led kids out of the village playing his pipe, never to be seen again. Nigga, he been hiding in plain sight for years, bro. Hiding in plain sight.
That I think it came out as the Pied Piper R&B.
The Pied Piper.
So you think it was just his talent that was overshadowing everything?
Man, bullshit.
And that was just niggas was letting him slide because.
I mean, would you think about it? They ain't get Bill Cosby out the paint till Hannibal Buress said that shit on.
I forgot what it was. Stand up.
He was like, stand-up special. He was like, Bill Cosby's a rapist.
Well, I mean, he ain't really out the paint. That nigga gonna be arrested in his house. So
yeah, he was arrested.
You talking about Cosby?
Bill Cosby. Yeah. That nigga doing his sentence at home. Nigga.
Oh, they gave him house arrest.
What? Yeah. I thought he was. I thought they put the bracelet on him. Like.
Yeah, he's on house arrest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They talking about he looking at 10.
I don't be reading shit. I saw the article. I was like,
I heard 10 for each.
Yeah, but he can do it concurrently. Yeah,
he's supposed to be doing it concurrently, but
nah, nigga, 10 for each charge. There's 3 charges.
No, then
gonna do it concurrently.
They pulled the show off the air. So
yeah.
Not only is he not getting, everybody else that had nothing to do with that.
And that's my problem with this shit. It's because it's like, it's more people on this show than Bill Cosby.
And they just fucked everybody over.
Change the name of this shit to the Huxtable Show. Redo the, you know what I'm saying? Like redo the fucking
edit that nigga out.
Redo the theme song at the beginning. Like get him out of there doing that shit and keep it moving, man.
Bruh, like they make it worse because everybody was making fun of that. Y'all remember that one episode where they had like the barbecue in the back? He kept talking about a special sauce. He was like, be having everybody all lovey-dovey and shit.
Yo, check this out.
And the little boy the little boy was like, oh yeah, like I want to try something. Like he wanted some more, some shit like that. And he was like, no. He looking like, hell no. He over here looking at my daughter and shit, hell no.
Check this out. Bill Cosby. Y'all know he did stand up for a while before he started doing shows.
Yeah.
He got a joke about Spanish fly. Apparently Spanish fly was like a aphrodisiac / date rape drug. And he got a whole joke about it, like saying like how as a kid they would always be looking for Spanish fly. Woo-doo. Go listen to it. Like he's clearly talking about drugging women. And doing whatever.
So in other words, he a scandalous ass nigga.
He a scandalous ass nigga, son. Scandalous ass. He a wild nigga.
So, hey man, but yes, I mean, I think to get back to the question, I think R. Kelly's, the artist, his music has had people thinking like, man, he ain't do this shit. It's the same thing with Bill Cosby. For the longest, everyone was like, nah, not
keep it on the down low. Age ain't nothing with a number. We think that he ain't been doing this shit from the music.
They like, oh, he made Step in the Name of Love.
That's the name of the records. Keep it on the down low. Don't nobody have to know. Huh?
They even made fun of the shit on Boondocks.
Yeah.
It was like, and then Shorty, they had the girl in the video talk about, if I didn't want to get pissed on, I would have moved out of the way. Like, okay. Like, that's how we gonna go about this? All right.
So what's it gonna take to bring him in? Like, is it just not gonna happen?
Public outrage. Yo, they getting him out the paint. They got what's the hashtag, baby? It's like hashtag cancel R.Kelly or some shit like that.
Hashtag no more keys and ignitions.
They getting this nigga out the paint.
It's a whole campaign.
It's a whole campaign to get this nigga out the paint.
It's the same campaign with Me Too.
Yeah, it's a whole campaign to get this nigga out the paint, son. It's a wrap for this nigga. They've been canceling this nigga shows. This nigga had shows on college campuses. All them shit's canceled, dog. Damn. Because you know what he was doing.
Rightfully so.
You know he was recruiting.
But they should have known some shit was up.
You know,
like,
he was recruiting.
Y'all see
Mute R. Kelly. That's the hashtag.
Mute R. Kelly, okay.
That nigga dressed younger than us, nigga. Every time I see him, his whole outfit got fucking
leather,
bedazzled spikes on and shit. Like,
always,
bruh. You only dress like that if you're going after 16-year-olds.
R. Kelly the only nigga I know been bald twice.
That's a fact.
That's true.
That shit is crazy.
And he went bald again.
That shit was
had
crazy.
Braids for a minute. Had the long shit.
That was to appeal to the younger women.
So he's like that. Just every new hairstyle is. Hey, what new hairstyle is out right now for the 60? Oh, word! Alright, I'm about to go real quick.
That's how he is. That's how he was with the with the clothing. It's like he like, yo, what they wearing right now?
Fact.
What the little girls like now? I'm gonna put it on.
Sick.
This nigga on some other shit.
Word, niggas wearing spikes and shit now. Sonic gonna hate me.
Like, yo, go give me that outfit Chris Brown was just wearing.
Love it. That's what he doing. That's what he doing, son. Like, say he was training girls from 14.
That's crazy, though.
And the chick that like outed him was saying that the chick that was training her was she was like in her mid-20s and she had been with him since she was 14.
Wow.
What is he giving him money? Is it a pose? What is the pipe that
mind
good?
control.
Like,
He brainwashed mind control. He like, I'm telling you, what he doing is he's saying like, yo, I can make you a star, whoop de whoop de whoop. And then, but first, you gotta put my dick in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically what he doing, son.
I was talking about this shit the other day too, but he was referencing how what's his nigga name? Old nigga, Playboy Mansion.
Oh, Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, because my mother was talking about it, and she was talking about how you got Bill Cosby that just got locked up for the shit, but Hugh Hefner been doing the same shit for years. But the only difference is he made sure to get these bitches under contract.
I mean, look, hey, if you cover your ass legally,
But it's like,
but that's the real, son. Like NDAs and shit like that.
If you play by the law's rules, and
yeah, like if Bill Cosby, the thing is, I don't think like how many women came out? 50, 60? Yeah. You think Bill Cosby, $400 million man, Bill Cosby can't just go buy some pussy? Like is that what we saying right now? You know what I'm saying? Like he can't just go buy it like $400 million. They talking about he was gonna buy NBC. He can't just go buy.
There's probably no thrill in it for him that way. Like
sick.
Sicko.
I'm not gonna use
real live.
Sicko.
Yeah,
real
like,
live.
You gotta be a
sicko.
sick individual. I'm not gonna use the fact that he got money and say, "Hey, bro, probably was just buying that shit, or he could have just bought that shit." Nah, bro had a real problem.
You seen that video where he did that shit?
Oh,
like,
that shit.
Shit was crazy. That shit was wild. Like, this nigga Bill Cosby crazy.
Bro, he did that shit multiple
times. Nigga thought he was
times.
gonna get out and just be out that bitch eating pudding pops.
Exactly.
Highly mistaken.
Or that day when he was walking to court and he was just
mistaken.
like, hey, and I was like,
hold on, let me get this shit.
Yo,
what's wrong with this
shit? That shit had me weak.
Bruh.
I don't know why he did that shit.
Off the top, bro. R.Kelly got to be up out of here, bro. Like, it's just that simple. Like, there's no room for niggas like that in our culture, bro. Like
I said, I don't care if you may step in the name of love.
Bro, I
don't care if you believe you can fly.
They training them? Like, that's a whole nother level. Like,
and it's like tripping. You can't do nothing but laugh because it make you so uncomfortable. Like,
but in the same thing though, it's like it's not like what he's doing is something that's not something that we've seen. They're doing stuff like this in other countries.
That's a fact,
bro. This shit about to be an SVU episode.
He said,
"Oh yeah, this."
And I'm watching.
Dick Wolf is definitely putting this on SVU. What?
And I'm here for it.
Oh shit, you right. Oh, that shit finna be lit. That shit finna be fire, dog. Anyway, man.
All I'm saying is R.Kelly.
Then they got the paint, son, finally.
Cults and slavery ain't a choice, bro.
That's a fact.
Just saying.
All right, man. Look.
We're gonna get into our main event.
On that note.
Our main event of the night. Kanye, once again, he back. Third time. Let's give it a round of applause for Kanye.
The new Tekashi.
Yeah, he like the new Tekashi, son.
That's a fact.
The new Cardi.
We talked about Tekashi for like 4 weeks straight. So
yeah, but Kanye came out and he did an interview. He went to TMZ, I guess, to talk about like how he felt and everything was going on. And he said a lot of interesting things, but one thing that stood out the most that everybody like caught was he said slavery for 400 years. That sound like a choice to me. And that shit just had everybody going crazy. So I just want to know what your thoughts on that statement.
Like, I was talking to somebody, and I think we all understand that that's not what he, like, that's what he meant, but that's not how he meant to say it.
Wrong choice.
But it's two things wrong with it. One, he was the wrong person to say it. Two, he said the wrong thing.
That's a fact.
So, like I said, it just makes it worse that he's the wrong person to say it. Like,
that's a fact.
Don't nobody want to hear that from Kanye. Like, somebody was telling me, oh, if Kendrick said it, it would have been cool. I said, nah.
Kendrick wouldn't have said that shit.
Yeah, one, Kendrick wouldn't have said it. Two, Kendrick, the same person that got backlash for saying, show me something natural, like ask for some stretch marks. So,
and I'm like, damn, nigga, something's wrong.
I
love stretch marks.
Understand that there ain't a black person on this planet that I think could have got away with saying slavery sounded like a choice.
Ass looked like lightning.
But, like I said, just the fact that it was Kanye makes it even worse. But when you think about the fact that, you know, when I heard it immediately, I was in the middle of watching the interview with Charlamagne, and it was really good. And like I saw it pop up, and I'm like, he didn't just say that. I was just getting ready to give him another chance. And then I had to think about, because I think I know what a few of y'all gonna say, but I had to think about the fact that this is Kanye West. Media already don't like him.
That's a fact.
From, various things that's happening in the media. People already think he in a sunken place.
That's a fact.
And, before he came on, they said he had an opioid addiction. Like, you can tell, like bro was having problems. The same guy been spiraling out of control since his mother died. He's always, spoke his mind and said things controversial. But I think for a second we all forgot just how bad the media can be and how they can spin things. Like they put that clip out. Had they put the whole clip out from the beginning, it wouldn't have been as bad. And I think when you hear Kanye's overall message,
you understand.
You have to agree with some points. Like
here's
some
the
of the
problem.
things he's saying.
Here's the issue I had with slavery is a choice. Give me two of them things, bro. They right there on the bottom shelf, man. The oranges. I'm hungry and shit.
Always
man.
interrupting and shit.
I'm hungry,
right? One day we were sitting here, he had the donuts next to him and shit. I was like, this nigga here.
I just be trying to eat, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm short, but I ain't no small nigga.
Just
I need
like
to eat,
tangerines,
son.
boy.
Hey, you feel me? But look, this is the problem I had with the slavery is a choice shit. 1527, first settlement in America, Spanish Florida. Okay, 6 months into it, the slaves that they had brought from, I believe, like Congo, which is now present day Congo, or present day Angola, one of them. The slaves that they had brought had rebelled so bad that had the niggas in Spanish Florida was just like, look, hey, y'all can have this shit. We gonna go get some more slaves. Feel me? Like, that's not it. 23 major slave rebellions during North American slave trade. That's just the ones we know about. That's not the ones that was suppressed before you can start them. That's just the ones that we know about, the major ones that we know about. It got so bad that white settlers in America stopped getting slaves from overseas, from Africa. They just took in bred slaves with the Indians that they had captured and the slaves that weren't acting the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Whose spirits they had broken. And then they kind of they basically bred the mentality, yeah.
And staying and being docile.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, and use Christianity as a way to control them. So to say that you feel like slavery is a choice, I understand what he's trying to say.
Facts.
But every slave, most of the slaves, especially when they first got to America, weren't passive.
Yeah.
Weren't passive about, you know, how much they disagree with their current lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just real. Like, and for you to make that statement doesn't mean that, like, I don't think he's in a sunken place and no shit like that. I just think he's ignorant. I'm from the South.
Yeah.
And so it's a little different. Like, we grew up learning about Harper's Ferry and all of them others. Nat Turner, like, grew up learning about that shit.
So you're saying he's just ignorant?
He's just ignorant.
Yeah,
I felt ignorant. And
I felt that shit was disrespectful.
And it's terrible though, because
that's how most black people are.
Yo, my phone blowing up. It's terrible because his father is an activist.
That's crazy.
And you know, like, it's like he spent so much time into the arts that he really don't know his history like he's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Man, that shit is sad, bro.
Yeah, I felt it was disrespectful. Like, that was the only thing I was really mad at, was because what he should have said was, you know, more people should have rebelled.
That's a fact. Now, that's a fact.
But when he said that, it makes it seem like everyone just sat around and was like, "Oh,
we slaves now."
Hey, I got first dibs on a spot on the cotton field. Like he made it seem like niggas was just like, look,
right? Like, you got the house today, or we outside with it?
Yeah, like, so.
You know how I do.
But like I said, when you look at how the media spent it, and then you see him with the Make America Great Again hat on and stuff, it's easy for us to, you know, take the things that we see and the snippets that we see and say, damn, this nigga's in a sunken place.
That nigga don't know shit about Trump's policies.
But the thing is
he don't know nothing about Trump.
I think Charlemagne figured.
He just liked the idea.
Yeah, I think Charlemagne found a way to get to the bottom of it. Charlemagne kind of, you know, was talking to him, and from what it sounds like, Charlemagne even said, he was like, I don't think you really support Trump. He was like, I think you support, you know, the idea that here's this, you know, even though he's a rich white guy, here's this person, you know, who was all on TV and bankrupt and this and that. And
reality star.
Yeah, a reality star. Here's this person that went from that to being the president of the United States. It makes you believe that anything is possible. Like, you support the idea that anything is possible. You don't necessarily support his policies. And for the most part, it seemed like he was in agreement with that.
Oh, he was.
And for him, I don't think I was mad when he went and met with Trump, because, you know, even, you know, the other guy, you know, the black guy, TMZ, you know, went off on him. And immediately, he immediately, Kanye was like, look, like, if I offended you or like you felt disrespected by what I said, I'm sorry. Like, I like the fact that he could have a healthy conversation.
They didn't show that clip,
yeah, no, they didn't show it.
The next clip they put out was, oh, yo, bro, but why I'm over here? You gotta stop yelling. We look crazy. Like,
yeah. And Kanye walked over to him. He walked over and he personally apologized, you know, for him feeling offended by what he said. And he was just saying, look, all I'm saying is, you know, for so many years, you know, there'll be this white figure or the man or whoever you want to call it, and all we know is, oh, fuck them, fuck that. Oh, we hate them, we hate that. He was like, we've been trying that for so long. And he's like, you know, Einstein's definition of insanity is, you know, trying the same thing over and over again.
I got something to say about that in a second.
Different results. And he said, he said, why not try love? Like, why shouldn't I go hear out, you know, what his plans are and, you know, what his goals are and stuff like that. And I understand it. Like, you know, I'm not necessarily saying, hey, I want to hear Trump shit up, because I don't. But I can't disagree with somebody wanting, you know, more facts like on a person and his policies and what he stands for than what we see in the media. Because in the same breath, a lot of people are doing the same thing with Kanye. They're going off of what they see in the media, and they don't take a chance and listen to what it is he got to say. So I'm not saying I'm in 100% agreement with Kanye, but what I am saying is give bro a chance. Like,
let's try to listen to what Kanye is terrible at articulating, right? Right. Try not to take what he said at face value. Try to take it as, okay, let me think deeper about what exactly he's trying to say. Because he has a really bad problem at articulating his real thoughts. And you can kind of tell that that's evident from the recent interviews he's been doing. Like, you'll hear him say something, and then that's the good thing about Charlamagne.
And if you notice, he paused a lot in that interview.
He paused a lot in that interview because he's trying to get his thoughts together.
He would pause for 20 seconds if that's what it took.
And we don't know if it's the meds. We don't know what it is right now, because like he is on medication, and you can tell the difference because he ain't snapping. But then again, he could have been on that shit during all that time. He kept snapping and ranting. So we don't know really what's going on with Kanye. All you can really do is like pray for the brother and try to understand, hear him out where he coming from, because the media got it out for bruh 100%. And they want him to say the dumb shit. They want to use it to spin it to get ratings. I mean, that's just real. That's how it is with anybody. And so I'm glad he was able to go and do that interview with Charlamagne. But let me talk about something like I was just talking to Superstar about the other day. I was on the phone with him, and we was like, yo, to be completely honest, like, the problem I don't think is like, I think what Kanye said was interesting, because he was like, yo, we talk about the man and whoop-de-whoop. But I think it's quite the opposite. I think we've assimilated ourselves so much with white culture, and we've depended so much on the government, which is a bunch of white guys, to solve our problems, that like we've allowed the white savior role to exist, and we've perpetuated it, actually.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to be completely honest, like, black people, and like, this gonna sound crazy when I say it. It's gonna sound crazy as shit.
Black people gonna be mad at you,
bro.
Yeah, but the reality is, black people, if you want to learn how to fucking to be like if black people want to truly be independent, you have to disassociate yourself 100% with everything that's perpetuated the white savior mentality. So we should never talk about 40 acres and a mule. No. We should never go to the welfare line. We should never go to the unemployment office. We should none of that shit. We should never go to any of those places. We should never take government assistance, unless it's a grant or something for small business or for scholarships to go to school or some shit like that. We should never take anything that is attributed to impoverished people. What's the number I said? I said 40 or 60%. 60% of Black Americans is on government assistance in America. 34 million, I think. 34 million African Americans, and I think 23 is on government assistance. Some shit like that. 23 million. It's some wild number. And it's only 11 million white people. And it's 84 million white people total in America, some shit like that. And only 11 million of them are on government assistance. And that's welfare, EBT, unemployment, WIC, all that shit. So, only that amount. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure, I know I've been on government assistance before.
That's a fact on that. Now.
I know you've been on that.
They can run it up in the store with the EBT.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You've been on it too.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
listen, I'm not gonna lie, shit is easy to help.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
So
we gotta be. Reality is us Black people got to be broke. We got to be broke and no options other than to just
figure it out.
To get it ourselves, to figure it out.
I agree with you for the most part, but I won't say that we should never accept government assistance. What I will say is we should never cross the line between assistance and enabling.
It's doing too much enabling is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not. I don't think that's what the government's intentions were.
Of course it is. Of course it is. The government's intention, not all of it, but I think for the most part, we know what the projects were. But we know what the projects are, not were. We know what the projects are. If you live in Staten Island, you can see it. You can see them pushing everybody that's in Stapleton either to the projects or to South Shore. You can see it from the rent prices, because now South Shore rent prices cheap all of a sudden.
Yeah,
all of a sudden. Yeah, because of Sandy, now all of a sudden you can go to South Shore cheaper than you can go to North Shore, because now the property value is less in the South Shore. And so they're like, yo, if we can go up there and get all of the property near the boat, in the last 3-4 years, they done renovated every project building in Staten Island so that they can put more people in the project buildings. Every one of them. That's not because they give a fuck about the Black community. That's just not what it is. Yeah. It's the perpetual.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they care either. But all right, even if their main goal is all right, let's keep these niggas on this shit so that they never do anything more. Even if that's the case, on average, how much money you spend on food a month?
On average,
at minimum, a couple hundred, right?
Probably about 200-300.
So my thing is, for the people out there, who are on food stamps, who are on, EBT, the thing is what if you didn't have to come out of pocket for that money? I mean, because you don't. And what if you took that money that you don't have to spend, in cash on food, and you saved it, or you invested it, or you did something with it? Even if the system is meant to keep us down, we think we finessing the system by being on EBT and getting $400 or $500 in food stamps,
getting on Section 8 and the rent only $100.
But I drive a Benz and I got an iPhone. That ain't finessing the system. Nah. Because in all reality, that money going back to white people anyway. That ain't finessing the system. Yeah. If you really want to finesse it, save your money, invest your money wisely into the Black community, and let's empower each other with that money.
But see, that's what I'm getting.
So I'm not saying we should never take government assistance. But if you want to take it, really finesse the system. Don't think you finessing it, on a surface. Because now I got the Jordans and shit because I ain't got to come out of pocket for food.
Facts.
That ain't finessing the system. That's the system finessing you.
And one thing I think, and this is like the biggest problem I feel like, is we just had this conversation, so it's cool. I don't want to go to no fucking corner stores in my neighborhood like I do now and see no goddamn Arabs and Koreans. Like, that shit just don't make sense to me. Like, we gotta take.
I actually have a thought on that. Like,
right.
I actually talked to somebody a while back ago, and I was like, because that bothered me too. I'm like, I could have sworn we had the Spanish guys in the bodega. Yo, papi, let me get,
Yeah, I'm cool with the
all
Spanish
of a sudden
guys.
they switch up. I'm like, what the hell? Like, someone told me that the reason they did that was just in case there's war on this turf. They have them here because they know how to use the guns and shit.
That's different.
That's different.
That's smart though.
That's different. Like,
because you go into these corner stores, you see them, and like they'll have pictures up. If you notice, they'll have pictures up back in their hometown. Little kid, freaking AK in their hand type shit. Because they know about all of this. This was something like I was just talking to somebody, and this is what they thought process was.
That's an interesting theory.
I never thought about that way.
But what the Koreans there for then? You see what I'm saying? Like,
They
why? Like, like we have to take command of like our own industry. Like, why we got barbershops and don't nobody make no clip? Well, now we got Bevel. Bevel is black owned. Tristan Walker. Shout out to Tristan Walker. Tristan Walker sponsors this podcast, homeboy. But like,
facts.
I don't understand. Like, we got salons and barbershops and little to no actual black hair products.
Yeah.
Like, little to no. We got Shea Moisture. We got the chicks that make the weave from New York. That's it.
That still goes up under the fact of taking assistance. Like, when stuff is handed to you, certain people just take what's handed instead of trying to think further than that. Like,
and that's what I'm saying, son.
Like, these products don't really work with all of our hair like natural. Yeah. So how about somebody come up with something that all of us can? They don't think like that.
That's a fact.
And then the people that do think like that
ain't us
with the wrong people.
Yeah, that too.
And they'll see them shining and then try to fuck it up. Then like yo, why we don't have this? Well, that person got stabbed in the back.
Yeah,
this is why we don't have that.
Yeah, bro. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to like start taking control of our own industry. Like, we got to start taking control of like the things that we buy. We gonna buy clothes. You feel me? We gonna buy clothes. We gonna buy fucking food. We gonna buy hair products,
jewelry,
all the things that actually make money, son. People should realize and know that they should invest in it, like the laundromats, the
laundromat up the street owned by a Chinese dude. Why? Everybody in this neighborhood
because
black and Spanish.
They figured that out.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody in this neighborhood black and Spanish, dog. Like, everybody in this fucking neighborhood black, Spanish. That's it. Why the fuck is? You know what I'm saying? Like, the laundromat, all of the grocery stores, the corner store, all of the fast food restaurants. You go to Dunkin' Donuts and it's all Arabs in there. It's like, don't none of y'all live in this fucking neighborhood.
Facts.
Like, we have to start commanding our own industries, bro. Like, why ain't there a black Whole Foods? Like, why ain't or at least a black person to franchise Whole Foods? Like a Whole Foods for the community, dog. Like, all of our communities should have Whole Foods.
That's another thing too. There probably is someone out there who is black and is owning some of these things, but they're not gonna be in our neighborhood.
But it's not enough, B. That's what I'm saying. It's not enough. It's like, like, fuck a 7-Eleven, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need something like we can make some slushies, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can make slushies, nigga. What? Like, that's ice and syrup, nigga. What? Like, the candy lady been doing that shit in this hood forever. You know what I'm saying? Freezing Kool-Aid in a cup and you tear the cup away. You know what I'm saying? Like, forever. Why? We can do that shit, dog. Like, I'm just like, we got to command industry and like just consumership in our own neighborhoods, and part of that is us not depending on, and I hate to say it like this, but depending on the white man to put food on our tables, son. Yeah. We got to stop doing that shit.
It's weird because I think that goes back to, going back to Kanye. even last week, you know, we talked about him, you know, feeling like he needs to be accepted by white people. But then digging deeper into the Charlemagne interview, like, you really get to see just how passionate about fashion he is. And all these, you know, places that he interned at and studied at. But it's like, in order, you know, for him to do his own thing, in order for him to do his own thing, like, he went and he learned at these places. And yeah, like, looking at it now, it looks like he wanted acceptance from these people because he just wanted to be there and learn and figure things out. And then, you know, now he said he got, like 300 acres of land or something like that. And he's
about to start his own community.
And he looking into building his own factory and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's another one of those things where, you know, he said like Nike wouldn't give him royalties, you know, for the Yeezys, even though it was like the highest selling shoe at the time. Like, but they would not give him royalties whatsoever. So then he went to Adidas. But it's like, it goes back to finessing the system and letting the system finesse you. So he kind of infiltrated the system and it was like, all right, now I'm going to do my own thing. You know, people that was, you know, working with me and working under me, you know, even if they haven't wanted to do their own thing, you look at the guy that's like the head of like
Virgil Abloh.
Yeah.
Creative director for the men's line at Louis Vuitton.
Exactly. So it's like, if
and
that's
he has
what,
his
you know,
own brand, Off-White.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, he's able to do both. The same way Kanye is able to do both. You know, you see he can get his sneakers done, you know, at Adidas. And then he's, you know, still working on his own thing. Like, it, you know, that's him finessing the system, not letting the system finesse him. Because they could have tried to throw him a few more million, you know, at Nike or at Adidas or something like that. And be like, hey, look, only do this. But, you know, so I don't like, so once again, it was like, we looked at it as acceptance from white people. But, you know, looking deeper into it, it's like, it looks like he was just trying to finesse the system. He was just
I don't got no problem with play by their rules so you can make your own. I have no problem with that. The issue I have is fundamental principles in our community that we don't employ. The Irish came here with nothing 40, 50, 60 years ago, the 40s. 70 years ago, in the 40s. The Irish came here with nothing. The Jews came here with nothing. All of these people came here with nothing and got their own communities. You go to every borough, there's a little Italy, a little this, a little that. You ain't never heard of little Africa.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's little everything, ain't no little Africas, nigga. Like, and that's my problem is like we're not embracing
Harlem.
Yeah, like we're not embracing fundamental principles that most communities embrace. And that's like, I was in Jersey City with my girl and like we driving through Jersey City and like, you know, Jersey City's gentrified now, I'm saying. But like, it's parts of Jersey City that's like, when you look at the signs, it ain't nothing but Arabic. Or ain't nothing but Hebrew. Or ain't nothing but Spanish. Ain't no motherfucking, like, you like, you know how we'll do like our shit in big text and then we'll do Spanish in small. Okay, their shit is reverse. The Arab is in big text and then in small text is English. Nigga, like everywhere. And it's like whole communities like that in Jersey City. You feel me? Why the fuck? Like, I go to Park Hill and Staten Island, ain't nothing but Liberians over there. Ain't shit written in their native tongue. Nothing, nigga. Like, we just don't embrace like fundamental principles that we should be embracing in our community. That's my big problem. When the Irish came here, they ain't get on a lot of them didn't get on welfare, nigga. They went and stayed with friends and family. Same thing with the Jews. You know, you listen to
Hispanics, like
the Hispanics.
It's a common joke that, you
nigga,
know,
it's 20 of them up here.
I was about to say, it's a common joke.
20
that be 20 of them. Be 20 of them. Be like 2 cars. And there be 20 of them, and you know they split rent. They don't the landscaping shit.
The landscapers, they started off just cutting niggas grass around the island. Them niggas got a whole landscaping business now. 2, 3 trucks, trailers, all type of shit. We don't embrace those principles in our communities, huh? Like, we just don't.
And then yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's, you know, there's always a lack of support. You know, not to discredit the people who actually do support, you know, black business and, you know, black communities, but I think we know that there is a lack of support in the black community. It's the same thing with, you know, if we was to go start a corner store right now, how many people you think is going to come to us and want something for free or want a discount
Facts.
or
Facts.
Want to hang out and sell their weed outside the store or some shit like that. Like, and that's the problem. And then when you say no, niggas are quick to feel like, oh, he ain't trying to help me out.
And I ain't using that as an excuse.
You ain't trying to do this, and you ain't trying to. I'm not saying that this is the reason why black people don't say, oh, let me go on the corner store and shit like that. I'm just saying, like, when it reaches that point, like, that's a barrier we're gonna have to, break through.
It's definitely a deterrent.
Is the people that want a handout. Just like Kevin Hart's friend didn't say,
Facts.
I got this business idea, some shit like that, come invest in me. That nigga said, let me extort him.
That's in every community. It's just that we notice it more because we ain't got that many wealthy people
in the black community.
Exactly, because we don't have a lot of people in our community that actually got money. So yeah, but that's in every community. It's snakes in the grass everywhere, dog. I'm not using that as an excuse.
I'm not using that as an excuse.
I don't even think that's a valid thing to even add into the conversation, because it's like, fuck all that shit. If everybody was around here just saying, yo, we as a community, we gonna stick together, we'll be straight. Like,
yeah, I'm just saying that's gonna be a potential barrier.
Niggas is gonna
cross that point.
Niggas is gonna buy they blunt wraps. Niggas is gonna buy they barbecue chips. They fucking oatmeal cream pies at whatever corner store on that fucking corner. They do not give a fuck. It don't matter if it's you, Poppy, Gullah, like Abu, whatever, nigga. It don't fucking matter who in that bitch. They gonna buy they motherfucking, they White Owls, they Dutch Masters, whatever the fuck is up there. They gonna get the backwoods, whatever, nigga. They gonna buy they motherfucking oatmeal cream pie, they strawberry shortcakes, Arizonas, 40s, all that shit, bacon, egg, and cheese, all that shit, man. They gonna buy all that shit regardless of who in the motherfucker. I'm trying to tell you, it's just that we need to be in that bitch. If it's a community and it's mostly us in the community, we need to be in that bitch. I love that. Like when an ice cream truck come around, it's a motherfucking Hispanic nigga in that bitch giving me the goddamn ice cream cone. I love that shit. It makes sense. If it was a white dude giving me the ice cream cone, I'd be fucked up. I'm like, yo, like,
nigga, where do you live?
Where the fuck do you live, dog?
How is this your route right now? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you even know about this, nigga? Like, what the fuck? Like,
what's in this ice cream, man? What you trying to do?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm
watching
saying?
Black Lightning, man. What y'all trying to do about it?
Even if a Spanish dude don't really own that ice cream truck business, that nigga know he cannot put no motherfucking white dude in that truck.
Yeah, he
know that shit. Like, it just don't make sense, son. So that's all I'm saying. We just got to start following the principles a little better. Yeah, we good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, bro, as always, if you like this podcast, make sure you subscribe on the podcast app on iTunes, on Apple, whatever, and follow us on SoundCloud, for Just Hip Hop.
Who can they find them at? Where can they find you?
Yeah, where can they find you?
You can find me on IG AE Productions.
We're gonna have it. We're gonna have it on the.
Got my album out. It's The Broken Artist on every streaming site. Got a new music video out. The link is in my Instagram bio. AE Productions. I'm everywhere, man. Obviously, I came all the way from Brooklyn.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
All you niggas on that. I ain't trying to get on that bullshit. Fuck y'all. Straight like that.
Bro, I know people in Brooklyn that haven't even been to freaking the deepest part of Brooklyn. Like, it baffles me to know that you live in a city that you don't travel in.
That shit is crazy to me.
Like, are you serious?
That shit is crazy to me.
How?
That's the same out here too, low key.
Facts.
I be taking this nigga to Newport to Staten Island every day, son.
Like, I even met
don't
people
even live
in
here.
the Bronx that have never been to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, yo, to me that baffles me that nobody travels, bro. Like, whether like, it's especially when it's so easy to do so.
Yep.
Like, in certain places, I've traveled out of state too, and it's so hard to get around, bro.
Yep.
We don't take advantage of what we have right now, type shit.
Fact.
Yep.
We get complacent and
take that
stuck
shit for
in
granted.
Spot.
Mm-hmm.
And shit crazy.
So look, all y'all niggas that's listening to this podcast and y'all like, you know what I'm saying, talking y'all shit, get on that boat, nigga. Get on that boat. You feel me?
That boat, the express bus, whatever.
Whatever you gotta do. And follow us everywhere at For Just Hip Hop.
Everywhere.
Facts.
Shoot.
At For Just Hip Hop. At For the Commission. And I'm C.
Buddah.
Dcmbr.
AE.
We out of here.